Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're doing the pedalpcb.com ADHD V2. We're doing it again, right? We're back at it. Here we go. Full tone OCD up. Pedalpcb.com. ADHD V2. Now this is an old build of mine, and you know how I can tell? I call it the whitewasher series. If any of you guys can guess, it's because of those dirty little things right there. I hate those whitewashers on foot switches, but all of my early builds had that before I knew you could buy metal ones that look cool, or they started coming with metal ones, you know. Now this is the ADHD V2. There is actually an updated version on the website of pedalpcb.com. There's an updated version that has all of the versions in there. This is specifically version 2. It is your standard type overdrive, right? We have volume, drive, tone. There's a buffered bypass, true bypass switch here, and then there's this peak switch over here, which when you are in the down position, it's lower gain, and if you go in the up position, it's more of like a mid-boosty little kind of, I don't want to say mid-boost, but it is. It kind of peaks the mids out a little bit and gives it a little bit more drive, okay? V2, all right. This thing is cool. So, you know, the OCD pedal, it's, some people love it, some people hate it. I'm kind of, you know, I'm on the fence with it, but this one's dope because I love this paint job so much on here. So this is your standard white enclosure, right? And I got these like MXR style knobs, and my lettering, this one is very old. I built this in like, I'll put the date up, I don't remember, but this was very early in my lettering, trying to find my style, and this is one of the first ones where I think I kind of really got it. But this guy here is the scrongy little thing in Super Mario World. And I just had a blast doing this. So all of the line work here, I use gloss black paint. And then his body is all matte finish, right? And then putting that in there, contrasting them with the different highlights and stuff, I just think it turned out beautiful. And I really, really like this. This is one of my favorite paintings. You know, and that's usually how it goes. Some of my favorite paintings are some of my, like, least favorite sounding ones. It just happens. I shouldn't say least sounding. It does sound great, but okay, so we'll look at the build here real quick on the inside. We have my standard. I love these jacks. They're super, these are I think they're the Nutrix jacks. Yeah. They're super tight. You know, plugs don't slide out of them, right? And then a standard, this is the mini plug that I really like, the power jacks. Especially with these top mounted jacks you have here, these little ones are a lot easier for drilling, because if you want to put one of the bigger ones in there, like oh, here we go, like this, you got to really kind of be a little bit more precise with your drilling. But I love them all. They work. I actually kind of like those ones better. These small ones tend to break if you get the cheaper ones. The Lumberg ones are better, but they're still meh. I don't know. I like the bigger ones. So yeah, this is an OCD clone, and with this, it is, you know, with the true bypass, buffered bypass switch that we have here, our input wiring and everything's going to be a lot differently. So for this, these white wires here are going to ground on the PCB, and our yellow wires here are the positive, and that's going to get routed through here, which is how we have that, right? And again, this is all, I have socketed circuits. These are your standard switches and pots and everything, and it's a good sounding pedal. So let's shut it off and hear this great sounding amp and beautiful guitar. So here we are into a JTM 45 cranked up, the most beautiful clean amp I think I own. just love it. Chinook Amplifications, Barbara. Okay, so let's turn this bag on and get to going with it. What I want to do is put everything kind of at noon, and we'll put these both in the down position so you can hear that. Demo over, because that sounds friggin' awesome, huh? Okay, so that in that intro part there, what I did is I turned that gain way down, and I use it almost as just like a EQ-ish kind of thing, give it a nice sparkly flavor, and then I was rolling back the volume on the guitar to really clean it up. So it really was very almost passive, but it did have a sound to it. Alright, now let's crank up this gain, and I'll start showing you some of the upper limits of what these controls can do. Super bright. There we go, let's go back to that dark setting. The old blanket over the amplifier trick. Let's crank this one up here. We'll flip this up so you guys can hear that. That is added gain. Just, you can hear it. It's like a mid-peak thing. All right, we'll flip this guy up. Alrighty, now let's kind of roll back the volume so we're not hammering it, and then let's let the gain box do the gaining. It's not really meant for that kind of stuff, though. Alright, we'll kind of, I don't know, I mean, it's an overdrive, guys. Alright, let's try it with a little bit of a Telecaster, baby. Oh. Just sounds really good. Of course, we're getting the normal single coil hum, but it's coming across. Yep, it just sounds good, folks. So there we are. That's the pedalpcb.com ADHD V2. Sounding great, looks great, and thanks for tuning in.